What's up, friends? It's Tiana. Welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I'm just going to be doing a really chill little makeup look with you guys. It's going to be based around New Year's Eve, glam, nice, soft, smoky eyes, a little bit of sparkle, that sort of stuff. I'm going to be showing you guys my take on the winged liner with eyeshadow and how I kind of do that. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I'll include my inspo photo over here somewhere, kind of what I'm going for. But yeah, if you guys want to see how to do some fun New Year's makeup and just have a nice little chit chat, then keep on watching. To start, I'm going to be pinning my hair back. Also, just as a kind of disclaimer, I have my mirror literally right here, so if you see me kind of looking to the side, that's why. I just have these little hair clips from Amazon that I'm going to use to clip my hair back. Okay, so I'm going to start with primer. I use a couple of different products to prime my face, and I've already prepped my base using my normal skincare routine. But to start, I'm going to be using the Benefit Professional Makeup Primer. I use this only on my nose and the center of my forehead. So I just apply this straight down my nose. And then I take a little bit extra and just kind of put it down the sides and bring it out to this area here where I have a bit more obvious pores. And then I just take a little bit and apply that right to the center of my forehead. Next up, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Face Studio Prime Illuminating Primer for the rest of my face. I use quite a large amount on my face. The only place that I don't apply this to is my nose. But I still apply this to my forehead even though I've already placed the Professional there. And then this is extra, so I'm going to be taking the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid in the shade 100 Light. I'm going to be placing this on all of the high points of my face, so where I'm going to be placing my powder highlighter later. This just adds a nice little base for that. So today I'm going to be using this NARS foundation. This is, which one is this? The Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Gobi. So I put about 3 pumps or so on the back of my hand, and then I just kind of dollop it all over my face. And then I'm just going to be using my beauty blender to blend this in. You want to make sure that you really blend it into your hairline so that you don't get any harsh edges. So foundation is done. It's looking like this. For concealer, I actually use 2 different kinds. A staple in my collection is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one's in the shade 11 Vanilla. And then I'm also going to be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour. I have mine in the shade C2. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution one. And then just right here in the center of my under eyes. And then I'm going to be going in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer now. This one I'm going to be putting a little bit right on the tip of my nose, and then nice line down the bridge there, right in the inner corners of my eyes. And then I like to draw a line going up from my lower lash line. And I put this wherever I want a little bit of extra highlighting and coverage. So here, a little bit on the center of the chin, a little bit more the center of the forehead. And again, I'm just going to be using my beauty blender to blend that all in. And then whatever's left, I just kind of bring it over my eyelid because this is what we're going to be using to prime our eyes for the eyeshadow later. I'm gonna go in with cream contour next. For this, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the shade Fawn. I'm going to start by blending this out with my beauty blender once again, but I will use a brush for certain parts. So I'm going to be switching over to using a brush for my nose contour. This just makes it a lot more precise and keeps everything where I want it to be. This brush is by Pure, and it's the concealer brush. So I'm really just going to be tapping out my cream contour with this and just really keeping it in the same place that it already is. For powder, again, I'm going to be using a couple of different ones. For under my eyes, I'm just going to be using the e.l.f. translucent powder. I just tap a little bit into the lid here, and then with a dry beauty blender, a solid amount onto it, and then I start pressing under my eyes. For the rest of my face powder, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Peach Blur powder. It's pink in the pan, and I know that's a little off-putting, but it is translucent and it gives you the most gorgeous glow. So for under my eyes, I'm going to be using a Bare Minerals Seamless Shaping and Finish brush. I'm just going to use this with no other powder on it to brush off the powder that we just applied. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be using a Cala powder brush, and then just dipping into the Too Faced powder. Next, I'm going to be going in with bronzer. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Sweetie Pie Radiant Matte Bronzer. Looks like this, so it kind of has a mix of the bronzer, a little bit of blush, and a highlight shade. I like using this in the wintertime because it gives you that little bit of a rosier cheek look, which I really love, and it really warms up your face nicely. And for brush today, I'm going to be using the Still Essentials Blusher brush. It's just a nice big fluffy brush. Next, I'm going to be going in with powder contour. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit. This is in the light to medium shades. And then I'm just going to be using this brown shade right in the middle. To contour my cheeks, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques contour brush. For my nose contour, I'm going to be going in with the same brush that I used for the cream, and then just the same shade from the Anastasia palette. Alright, now that contouring is done, I'm going to be going in with highlighter. I'm going to be using a couple of different ones just to kind of get the desired effect that I want. I'm going to start by using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This one's in Sugar. And I'm going to start by using Butterscotch, so just a nice warm golden shade. And then I just have this Cala brush here that I like to use for highlight. I don't actually know what it's called, but any kind of brush that's shaped like this is great for highlight. To add a little extra oomph, I'm going to be using this Becca highlighter. This one is in Pearl. I like this because it gives a nice little winter vibe, I guess, since it's so nice and bright and white. For blush today, I'm going to be using NARS Orgasm. I love, love, love this blush. It's so gorgeous. It's this really nice warm pink with the glitter in it. I really like shimmery blushes, but if you don't, you can opt for one that doesn't have any shimmer in it. I'm going to be using a Bare Minerals Angled Blush brush. So we're gonna move into doing the eyes and doing the smoked out winged liner with eyeshadow. Okay, so I've brought you guys a little bit closer so that you can really see what I'm gonna be doing with my eye makeup. So to start in the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm gonna be going in with this shade right here. So this is a Cypress Umber. It's this really, really gorgeous, rich, dark brown. I'm going to be taking a little bit onto this angled brush here and following the shape of my waterline and kind of my lower lash line. I'm going to be dragging a line up in the same shape. I'm going to drag a line up like this, so you'll have something looking like this. You're going to want to take a little bit more and connect this line to your upper lash line like you would normally with winged liner. So you'll get something that looks a little bit like this, and then you'll just want to fill it in with the same eyeshadow. So you're gonna have this. Doesn't matter if it's not perfect because we are going to be blending this out like crazy anyways. You're going to go in with warm taupe or any warm lighter brown eyeshadow. You're going to be taking this on your big fluffy brush and blending out the harsh line that you have on your eye right now. I'm going to go in with the more dense shading brush now and use the same dark brown, so the Cypress Umber, and add a little bit more to where we had the original wing and just start blending again. So just put a very small amount on. Now that you've got this kind of shape placed, you're just going to keep alternating between the lighter brown and the darker brown until you have it blended out nicely. So you're gonna have something like this, and then I just like to go back in with the original liner brush and just sharpen up the original line that we made. I don't add any more product, I just use whatever is kind of left over. We're gonna clean up the edges with some concealer in a little bit, so don't worry about if you made them messy, that's perfectly fine. So to kind of start finishing up the eye look a little bit, I'm gonna be going in with Soft Glam by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm going to be taking these two shades right here, so Orange Soda and Burnt Orange. I'm going to be mixing those on the same brush that I used for the lighter brown shade and just building those into the crease to add a little bit more shape to the eye. To add a little bit of shimmer, I'm going to be taking a Morphe M167 brush and the color Bronze from Soft Glam, so this one up here. And I'm going to be applying this on the inner third to the inner half of just my eyelid. And then going back in with warm taupe from Modern Renaissance or any nice warm brown that you have, and the same big fluffy blending brush that we used earlier. We're just going to start blending this out a little bit more. Alright, so your eyes should be looking a little something like this, just nice and smoky and glam. I'm going to highlight my inner corners as well as my brow bone now. I'm going to be using a single L'Oreal eyeshadow for this. This is in the shade Time Resistant White, but any bright white highlighter will do. To do this, I'm going to be using a Real Techniques detailer brush. For the lower lash line, I'm going to be using the same two colors from Modern Renaissance again, so Cypress Umber and Warm Taupe. I'm gonna start by building up warm taupe just to have a nice base and kind of have a shape of what I want for my lower lash line, just on that same big fluffy blending brush. Alright, once I've got the desired look that I want with that shade, I'm gonna just use the same brush again and lightly, very lightly dip into Cypress Umber and just blend it along my outer corner here. This part is completely optional, but to add a little bit of shimmer and an extra little pop of color to the lower lash line, I'm going to be going in with the Subculture palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Electric down here. So it's kind of like a goldy bronze color with a green reflect to it. I'm just going to take this on the same Morphe brush that we used before for the shimmer on the upper lid. Take a very small amount and just right in the center of the lash line. Just kind of tap it and apply it there. I'm going to be tight lining my upper waterline. So I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Waterproof Gel Eyeliner in just the black. I love the stuff. This lasts so well and it's so pigmented. All right, to clean up the outer corners and just to make them sharper, I'm going to be going in with Tarte Shape Tape. I have mine in the shade 16N Fairlight Neutral. And then I'm just going to be going in with a flat concealer brush like this. This one's by Cala. I'm going to just be taking the applicator and taking the brush, applying a little bit on here, and then just drawing a nice sharp line right where the liner is. I'm going to take my beauty blender to blend that out a little bit more. And then we've just got a nice sharp line. You can see the difference here between the two eyes and what the sharpening up really does. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other eye as well. All right, so for mascaras, I'm gonna be using a couple of different ones, but I'm gonna start out with the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. And I'm gonna do 2 coats on each eye with this mascara, and this is just gonna be on my upper lashes. For my last coat, I'm going to be going in with Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. For my lower lashes, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara, and I specifically like to use the one with this applicator just because it's nice and small and it can get really close to my lower lashes. So you can choose to leave the eye makeup here, or you can apply lashes. That's completely up to you. But I will be applying lashes today. So for lashes today, I've gone ahead and decided to go with the Kiss Pixie Lashes. To apply my lashes, I'm going to be just using a pair of tweezers and then the Duo Brush On Lash Glue. I use the one with the green packaging. So I just take the glue and I just brush it right on to the lash strip. And make sure to put quite a bit on. Alright, so once I've got that on, I'm just gonna shake this around in the air for a little bit. Wait until it gets tacky. I do this for probably about 20 to 30 seconds or so, and then I'll just apply this right onto my lash. Alright, so this is the before, and here is the after. So these are super stunning lashes. They're really wispy, really accentuate your eyes and give you that kind of lifted look that you really want, which is why I love them so much. All right, so we're gonna move on to brows. I'm gonna start by brushing them out just with a spoolie. I'm gonna start by going in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I use mine in the shade 4.5. I'm gonna start by outlining the arch of my brow, and then I'm gonna go in and outline the entire bottom of it. To start filling them in, I start with the outer part of my brow, and then I go in and do the front sparser areas after. For the front, I really just do upward flick motions, and then I try to round the front of my brows just the slightest little bit. That's just how I like my brows to look. Alright, so once I've gotten my brows filled in and I'm happy with how they look, I just take the spoolie on the other end of the brow pencil and I go ahead and just brush them out to make sure that they're blended. And then to finish them off, I'm just going to be going in with Gimme Brow by Benefit in the shade 4.5 and just brushing the smallest amount of this through my brows. Alright, so brows are done, and the last thing that we have to do is lips. So in the spirit of the holidays and New Year's and all of that, I'm going to be doing a red lip for today's look. For my lip liner, I'm going to be going ahead and using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil in the shade Bad Blood. I'm just going to go ahead and outline my lips. I don't really overline them, I just follow my natural lip shape, but you can go ahead and overline if you would like. So I just start kind of at the bottom of my lower lip here and just draw up and out. So I kind of have that outline there. And then for my upper lip, I like to draw kind of my Cupid's bow area first, and then I do the outer edges of my lips. So I just kind of make this shape, and then to do the edges of my lips, I actually start from down here and drag upwards. Alright, so I've got this shape here, and I'm actually going to go ahead and fill them in with the lip liner as well. So those are all filled in, and then for my lipstick, I'm going to be going ahead and using the Too Faced Melted Latex Liquid Lipstick. This gives a really lovely glossy finish, but it stays on all day. Like, you can eat with this on, you can drink with this on, and it will last. And then this is in the shade I'm Bossy. And then those are the lips done. Just to kind of finish off the makeup, I'm going to be going in with the Glam Glow Setter Makeup Setting Spray. This will give your skin a really gorgeous dewy finish, but you can use whatever setting spray that you would like. This is the finished look. Super classy, super smoky eye, so stunning. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun creating this look. I am obsessed with it. I think it's so gorgeous. I hope that you guys had a really great holiday season and spent some time with your family. Spend some time with your family on Christmas Day if you celebrate. If you choose to do this makeup look and recreate it, I would love to see it. So you can go ahead and DM me a picture in my Instagram, because I think that'd be so cool if you guys would recreate this and send it to me. But I hope you have an amazing day. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a huge thumbs up and you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of my content. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye friends, I love you.